Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew Pizzelli, coming to you live from the press box here at Gaudette Field, where we have women's lacrosse on tap. Today, the 2 and 3 Seahawks take on the anchor women of Rhode Island College. Last time out, Salve, Regina fell to Eastern Connecticut State 9-8 in overtime last Saturday. The Warriors took a 7-5 lead with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the second half before seniors Carly Malinzak and Grace Kelly scored back-to-back goals to tie the game. Kelly's goal with 1:25 to play that tied the game came as the Seahawks were down a player due to a Salve Regina yellow card. Freshman Caitlin Gillespie scored on a free position shot midway through the overtime, but a quick goal from the Warriors to open the frame, and one with 45 seconds to play handed the Seahawks a 9-8 defeat. Senior Josephine O'Reilly had a spectacular day in net, making 11 saves, however, in a loss for Salve Regina. This is the first game of the season, late start to the season for Rhode Island College. Tuesday's matchup with the Seahawks. This is their opening game of the season. We will have starting lineups, the anthem, and opening draw next. So going through the starting lineups for Rhode Island College. Number 1, Sophie Cano, senior midfielder from Cranston, Rhode Island. Followed by number 5, Betsy Heidel, freshman attack, 5'10", from Warwick, Rhode Island. Casey Ernest, senior defensewoman, 5'1", from Warwick, Rhode Island as well. Number 8, Lauren Mazzano, junior, 5'7", from Bristol, Rhode Island. Harmony Tillison, number 9, junior midfielder, 5'1", from Cranston, Rhode Island. A lot of people from Cranston, seeing as it is Rhode Island College. Number 10, Ashley Alardi, sophomore D, North Providence, Rhode Island. Number 11, Sam Nolte, senior D, 5'6", from Cranston, Rhode Island. Number 12, Jesselyn O'Neill, senior midfielder from North Providence. Sarah Stone, freshman defenseman, 5'4", from Wakefield, Rhode Island. Number 23, Jessica Ritchie, junior attack, 5'6", from Hope, Rhode Island. Number 24, Daniel Landon, junior attack, 5'10", from Wading River, New York. First person out of state for Rhode Island College. And then number 30, Taryn Carbone, senior, in goal, 5'6", from Cranston, Rhode Island. The head coach for Rhode Island College is Crystal Labossiere. And as we've said, this is the first game of the year for Rhode Island College. This the 5th game of a 7-game homestand for the Seahawks, and we'll get to their starting lineups in just a second. They start off with Jacqueline Pilati, 5'8" freshman from South Windsor, Connecticut. Followed by number 5, Amanda Latchett, 5'4" D from freshman from South Hadley, Mass. Number 9, Gina Tortorici, midfield, 5'1" junior from Deer Park, New York. Followed by Abigail Tepper, 5'5" sophomore out of Foxborough, Massachusetts. And 5'3" freshman from Merrimack, New Hampshire, Courtney Moulton, number 15. 5'2" sophomore defenseman Erin Gerard, number 18 from Situate, Mass. And then the leading goal scorer and point person for the Salve Regina team, Sarah Woods, number 21, 5'5" junior from East Lyme, Connecticut. She's followed by Kayla Sheehan, 5'5" senior from Pomfret, Connecticut. And then number 25, Mary Ashley Donnellan, 5'5" junior from Upton, Mass. And we have in goal for Salve Regina senior goalkeeper Josephine O'Reilly, 5'7" from Middletown, Rhode Island. And rounding out the starting lineups for Salve Regina, the senior captain Grace Kelly, 5'2" from Auburn, New York. Head coach for Salve Regina is Jennifer Foster, who is in her 8th season at the helm here for the Seahawks. We will have the national anthem and then the opening tap. Players getting ready for the start of this game. This is the 12th meeting in program history between Salve Regina and Rhode Island College. Seahawks in that time have gone 10-1 against the Anchor women. Not sure what to expect out of this Rick team. They getting a late start to their season. It was interesting as I was going. Usually I look at the stats before the games and I scroll down Rhode Island College and I see all zeros. I'm wondering, what their record must be. And then you look and see they haven't had a chance to put any stats up yet. So we'll see what Rhode Island College can do today in the first game of their season. Draw control at midfield, won and controlled by the Seahawks, and they will be on attack first. Outlet pass deflected by a Rick player and out of bounds, so it'll stay Seahawk ball. Inbounding on the far side of the field. They work the ball into the offensive zone to Gina Tortorici. Comes to Grace Kelly on the right-hand side of the field. Grace Kelly back to the point. Ball moved here to the corner to Tortorici. Tortorici at the point. Moves to the point. Working strong to the right. Sarah Woods in the middle. Shot deflected and broken up by Taryn Carbone. Long outlet pass. Leaking out is when an Anchorwoman player, she can scoop it up. She will be all alone. Running, all in, shooting, and score. Hitting off the back iron, it looked like. That looked like it went in. Must have hit the post. Great chance there for Rhode Island College, but they can't come up with anything. Minute and a half gone in this game. Ball out beyond the arc. That shot looked like Jessica Ritchie was the one who had that shot. Rhode Island College working the ball behind the net. All the players muddled up near the top of the arc. Now they disperse. Rick looking for a play on their first offensive possession of the season. Ball being held and lobbed into the point, shooting just high above the net and out of bounds. It'll stay Rhode Island College ball. Ball trying to feed in front and taken away by Josephina O'Reilly. She will look for an outlet pass, trying to clear now. And they do, and the Seahawks can go back on the attack here. 27 minutes and 31 seconds to play in the first half. In a 0-0 game. Ball moved to midfield. And now Sarah Woods will run in, move up ahead for Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly at the arc. Charging, kicking back out on the left-hand side, spinning, pivoting, looking for a shot, shooting just above the net, trickling out of bounds was Abigail Tepper. Seahawks still in possession of the ball, 27 minutes to play. Ball moved middle, cradling, shooting, and scoring! Goal for Abigail Tepper. Seahawks jump on top quick, 1-0. Just over 3 minutes into this period. Tepper had 3 goals and 3 assists in the last game for Salve, Regina. Seahawks draw first blood here with 26 minutes and 55 seconds to play in the first period. It's 1-0, and we'll have draw control at midfield. Ball in the air and controlled by number 6, Casey Aarons. She'll work down the right side. Spinning middle, trying to lob there. Looking for a shot and just taken away by Josephine O'Reilly. Read that perfectly. Carly Melanzak working her way towards the middle of the field into the offensive end. Lobbing on up ahead for Sarah Woods. Woods will hold at the arc. Trying to lob it back to Melanzak, and that's scooped up by Carbone, and Rick will start again. Clears out to Sophie Cano. Salve extending a little bit of pressure here, trying to get the ball and trap in the defensive end. Sarah Woods pressuring. Pass back out to Cano. Cano spins away, works away to 30-yard line, and lobs up near midfield. being bumped. Ball loose in the ground there. Tepper fighting for it. Ball still loose in the ground. Scoot back up. Seahawks have possession of the ball. So the pressure pays off, and the Seahawks get a steal. Now Grace Kelly will hold at the top of the arc. Seahawks leading 1-0, 25-34 to play in the first half. Mary Ashley Donnellan holding the ball. Looking for an interior pass. Nothing there, so they move back out to the far side. Woods holding there. Has the ball slapped at. Taken away. Almost a clean steal. Too much contact there on Sam Nolte. And it'll stay Seahawk ball. Sarah Woods charging in, looking for a shot, and she spins back out as the double team comes. Seahawks will try and run the offense. Grace Kelly on the right-hand side. Lobbing back in the middle for Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods feels contact, gets bumped, ball loose on the ground, and they call another foul. Cross-check. And now free position here for Sarah Woods. Referee's giving some signals, and now Sarah Woods set for the free position shot. Sarah Woods charging, cradling, shooting, blocked away, and taken by Carbone. Heading out of bounds. Off a Rick player, so it stays Seahawk ball. Great defense there, though, by Taryn Carbone, denying Sarah Woods on the free position. Seahawks still in possession now with the ball behind the net. Grace Kelly behind the net. Almost in post position. Now she backs out. Looking for Cuz middle. Lobbing, trying to find Gina Tortorici in the middle. Ball deflected away. Trickling out near midfield. Abigail Tepper fighting for it. Grace Kelly scoops it back off the ground and throws back into the offensive end. Sarah Woods holding now. Woods moves to Tepper. Tepper moves to Tortorici. Tortorici. Holding at the top of the arc. Trying to find the interior pass. Trying to find a cutter. Sarah Woods shoots. And she scores! Sarah Woods' initial shot hit the ground in front of Carbone. Looked like it either bounced between the legs or under her arm. It scoots in, and Sarah Woods gives the Seahawks a 2-0 lead with 23 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the first half. Not a strong shot from Woods. It hit the ground in front of the net. Took an awkward bounce. And Rhode Island calls a timeout. Their first. We'll take it with 23 minutes and 37 seconds to play. Salve Regina leading 2-0. So after the timeout, we'll have draw control at midfield. Rhode Island College calling a quick timeout. Almost 7 minutes into this game, and they find themselves down 2-0 in their first game of the season. Draw controlled by Mary Ashley Donnellan. She'll try and keep the ball away and move into the offensive end. Grace Kelly has it now. She'll trot her way into the offensive end. Moves to Sarah Woods. Woods to Tortorici. Tortorici holding above the arc. Back to Donnellan. Donnellan cradling. Looking to go inside. Instead, kicks it back out. Grace Kelly holding there. Kelly back to Woods. Woods charges and backs out. That's Tepper, rather. Tepper moves back to Grace Kelly. Seahawks working the perimeter, trying to find the best possible shot. Melanzak holding behind the net. Working away the middle, turning, shooting, blocked away in front, and picked up by Carbone. Rick with the ball on the far side of the field. Seahawks again extending pressure, trying to deny the ball. Ball loose on the ground here at the 40-yard line. Scooting out of bounds. Rick player knocks it back into the field of play, trying a long lead pass up ahead, and that's scooped up by Josephine O'Reilly. Almost another breakaway chance for Rick. Outlet pass broken up, but a foul is called. It'll be Seahawk ball. Seahawks leading 2-0. Tortorici moves on ahead to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly crosses midfield, now at the 40. Lobs for Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods now jogs away in the offensive end. Sees a double team, so she'll back out and move to the point to Tortorici. Tortorici to Kelly. Kelly backs in, now spins to her left, looking for a shot. She shoots and she scores! Grace Kelly scores to make it 3-0. That's Kelly's 13th goal of the season. Comes with 21 minutes and 31 seconds to play in the first half, putting Salve up 3-0 over Rhode Island College. Draw control at midfield, ball in the air. Now loose on the ground and scooped up by the anchor women. Trying to respond here, down 3-0 early. Jesselyn O'Neill holding. Move back to the point. Now Kano on the far right side. Will trot in, work her way behind the net. O'Reilly watching carefully. Kano holding behind the net, now comes to the corner. Jessica Ritchie with it. Ritchie moves back behind the net. O'Neill holding, trying to find a way to the middle, shooting, and she scores! Jesselyn O'Neill scores for Rhode Island College, and they are on the board now, and it's 3-1. So Jesselyn O'Neill scores the first goal of the season for Rhode Island College. It's now 3-1 with 20 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the first half. Draw control at midfield. Ball scooped up by Rhode Island College. Lob pass up ahead. Ball loose on the ground in the offensive end for Rhode Island College. Scooped back up by the Seahawks. Foul on the far side by Jessica Ritchie. So it'll be Seahawk ball. Clearing pass. Just off the mark, trying to find Catherine Mealy, and Seahawks commit a turnover, and back on the attack come the anchor women. Ball moved behind the net. Charging in front, staring at a double team, blocked off, so they move back behind the net. Trying to move behind the net again. Now moved in front. Players hit the floor. They call the offensive foul on Daniel Landon. Daniel Landon charged right into Sarah Woods. And that gives Sarah Woods the ball, and she'll put the Seahawks back on the attack. Woods, crossing around two players at the 30-yard line, now stops. Lobs on up ahead for Aaron Gerard. Gerard trying to loop it up ahead for Ashley Moulton. That's just off the mark, and Rick will scoop up the ball in their defensive end. Casey Arns, double teamed, spinning away from contact, and she gets fouled. Aaron's trying to lob it for Kahn. It's loose in the ground. Scooped back up by Rhode Island College, though. Aaron Gerard had a chance at it. Carly Melanzak tries to break up an outlet pass. And Jacqueline Pilati comes away with the steal, but she turns it right back over again. Jessalyn O'Neill got bumped and lost the ball. Didn't even notice. Jacqueline Pilati picked it up and threw it back to Josephine O'Reilly. Now Gina Tortorici, she can't handle the pass. Aaron Gerard, rather. Gerard going to run it in herself, get the Seahawks into the offensive end. Seahawks leading 3-1, 18-12 to play in the first half. Ball in the hands of Sarah Woods. Woods moves to Grace Kelly. Kelly holding at the point. Coming back to Abigail Tepper. Tepper lobbing back in for Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly trying to shoot, and it just goes wide, but scooped up behind the net. Driving strong, looking for a shot, shooting and scoring! Abigail Tepper scores. And it's 4-1. They give that goal now to Courtney Moulton. Couldn't quite see the second number. That's because Courtney, as she was shooting, got knocked to the ground. Great control, though, to maintain her shot and put it in. 4-1 the score with 17:37 to play in the first half. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball on the ground and scooped up by Carly Melanzak. Ball moved to the middle, slapped away and taken by Carbone. Carbone lobs towards midfield. Abigail Tepper extending pressure. Ball still loose on the ground. Rhode Island College can't keep control of it. Now they do. Noah Maizano rushing into the offensive end. Maizano cradles, spins to her right, shooting, and taken away by Josephine O'Reilly. She lobs out for Gina Tortorici. Tortorici moves to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly at the 35, spins away from contact, races towards midfield. Lobs to Mealy on the far side of the field at the 40. Mealy ducks away from pressure. Moves it on up ahead for Moulton. Moulton moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici on the far right-hand side. Move it behind the net. Back to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici lobs back out towards the point. Woods holding, looking for a pass. Moves to Gina Tortorici again. 16 minutes to play in the first half. Donald with it on the right side. Lobs behind the net for Moulton. Back to Melanzak. Now back to Moulton. Moulton driving into contact, trying to find the middle. Has the ball slapped at, knocked away, loose on the ground, taken by Rhode Island College. And Sam Nolte gets bumped and tripped at the 25. They call a foul on the Seahawks. Rick ball lobbed on up ahead towards midfield. Taken there. Long lead pass again, trying to find Jessica Ricci deep. Josephine O'Reilly comes out of the net to scoop it up and clear at the 20-yard line. Pass intended for Grace Kelly gets deflected. Loose on the ground, scooting out of bounds off a Rhode Island College player, and they say Seahawk ball. Grace Kelly will take it at the sideline. 15 minutes halfway through this first period. Seahawks leading 4-1. Tortorici backing into the corner. Now back to Courtney Moulton. Moulton moves to Donnellan. Donnellan moves to Grace Kelly at the point. Kelly holding there. Moves out to Carly Melanzak. Sarah Woods shooting, and she scores! Sarah Woods goes top shelf, and it's 5-1 with 14:22 to play. Unassisted goal for Sarah Woods, and it's 5-1 Seahawks with 14:22 to play in the first half, and we will have draw control at midfield. Seahawks trying to reach 500 at 3-3. Rhode Island College playing in their first game of the season. Seahawks in control here, up 5-1. 14 minutes to play in the first half. Ritchie moves back to O'Neal. O'Neal being pressured by Tortorici, so she moves back out, passes to the far corner. Ball moved to Ritchie, trying to find Ritchie behind the net. It's loose on the ground. Fight for the ball, and Josephine O'Reilly throws her stick in there and just scoops it up and says, "I'll take that." O'Reilly still looking for a clear. Hits the ground right in front. Ritchie takes it, shoots above the crossbar. It goes out of bounds. O'Reilly had her clearing pass deflected by Ritchie. It hit the ground right in front of the net. Ritchie scooped it up, tried to go up top. Instead, shot right over the net, out of bounds. It'll be Seahawk ball. Excellent opportunity there for Rhode Island College. They've had a couple of those. Has to be the second or third point-blank shot that they've missed. Tortorici lobs up ahead for Erin Gerard. Gerard will pull up at the arc and move to Grace Kelly. Seahawks in no rush now, just trying to run the offense. Sarah Woods moves to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici lobs back out to Gerard in the corner. Back to Sarah Woods. Woods to Tepper. Tepper trying to charge baseline, loses her footing, moves the ball behind the net. Tortorici holding there. Tortorici passes to Melanzak. Melanzak looking for a pass. Instead, trying to work her way in on her own, has the ball slapped out, knocked away, and taken by Taryn Carbone behind her own net. Grace Kelly extending pressure, trying to force a turnover. Ball comes to the far side. Gina Tortorici bumps her rig player. They blow the whistle and stop play. Jocelyn O'Neal Late whistle. Grace Kelly with the steal. She shoots and she scores! Was busy talking about the foul that could have been called. Instead, Grace Kelly took the ball and put it in the net. 6-1 now with 11:35 to play. Her 14th goal of the season gives the Seahawks a 5-point advantage, 6-1, with 11:35 to play. Draw control at midfield. Ball loose on the ground, scooped up by Gina Tortorici. She lobs on up ahead. Seahawks trying to charge in the offensive end. And they'll take the ball behind the net. Carly Melanzak. Reverses, tries to go back behind the net to the other side. On the ground and taken there by Sarah Woods. Woods to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly lobs back out towards the point. Melanzak holding there. Moves to Jacqueline Pilati. Pilati moves to Tepper. Tepper trying to lob it inside for Pilati. Has it deflected. Loose on the ground and taken by Ashley Alardi. Alardi trying to lob on up ahead. Broken up and taken by the Seahawks. Being Richie, a little aggressive there with her pressure. Fouling Kayla Sheehan. Kayla Sheehan holding. Moves it back. Long clearing pass comes to Jacqueline Pilati on the far side of the field. She crosses midfield. Will charge into the offensive end. Pilati moves to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods holding at the point. Seahawks leading 6-1. Lob pass comes to the middle. Shot scored! Caitlin Gillespie scores, and it's 7-1. Why is everyone... Goal for Gillespie comes with 9 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the first half. Caitlin Gillespie scores. Sarah Woods gets the assist on that goal, adding to her point total for this year. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball in the air. Taken by Salve player, taken by Sarah Woods. Caitlin Gillespie double teamed the sideline, trying to spin away from contact. She does. Spins away from two players and charges her way into the offensive end. Great move there by Caitlin Gillespie. Finds Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods charging middle, looking for a shot. It goes just wide and it'll trickle out of bounds. Excellent move by Caitlin Gillespie to spin away from two players. 9:07 to play in the first half. Salve in control, up 7-1. Gillespie moves to Tortorici. Tortorici trying to lob middle. Pass comes there, but it's loose on the ground and taken by Rhode Island College. Still loose on the ground. Tortorici scoops it up, and now we'll back out. We have a whistle. Foul called on Rhode Island College, so Gina Tortorici will take up free position here. 8:38 to play in the first half. Free position coming for Gina Tortorici. Salve leading 7-1. Tortorici cradles, shoots, and she scores! underneath the stick of Taryn Carbone, and it's 8-1. Not sure if that was something in the scouting report for Salve Regina, but a lot of goals for the Seahawks coming off bounce shots. Salve leading 8-1 with 8:34 to play in the first half. Draw control at midfield. Ball loose on the ground. Ritchie trying to make a stab at it, and it is taken by Gina Tortorici. Salve right back on the attack. Tortorici moves to Caitlin Gillespie. Gillespie back to Tortorici. Gillespie holding. Lobbing middle for Tortorici. She can't control, but now she does. Feels a double team. Pressure, so she moves back out. Sarah Woods now charging. Sarah Woods to her right, in the middle. Shooting, and it bounces just wide of the net and will trickle out of bounds. Still Salve Regina ball. Ball comes behind the net to Caitlin Gillespie. Gillespie kicks back out to Sarah Woods. Woods feeds behind the net. Trying to find Tepper behind the net. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay Seahawk ball. Ball comes out to Gillespie. Gillespie works her way to the middle. Cradles. Shoots. Blocked away by Carbone and saved. Rick trying to get on the attack. O'Neal has her stick slapped at. With 7 minutes to play in the first half. Lob on up ahead for Daniel Landon. Landell cradles and sets up position the offensive end. Lobs back out for O'Neal. Rick trying to at least find some sustained attack and offense here. They find themselves down 8-1, 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Betsy Heidel holds. Bounces it for Harmony Tillison. Back to Ritchie. Ritchie trying to find the middle, and she does! And Daniel Landon scores. Very quick pass, lobbing into the middle from Jessica Ritchie to Daniel Landon. Landon quickly shot it, and she scored. It's 8-2 with 6 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the first half. And you figure some of these Rick players have to be just trying to find their legs. This is the first game of the year. Obviously, Salve's already played 5 games. They've kind of found themselves, played a couple of tough games, close games. Rick probably trying to knock some of the rust off and just find a rhythm. Jacqueline Pilati hits the ground. They call no foul. Seahawk player Caitlin Gillespie hits the ground. They finally call the whistle. 5:54 to play in the first half. Seahawks in possession, leading 8-2. Like I said, first game for Rhode Island College. We'll see what kind of adjustments maybe they make at the half. Obviously, this is not the start Rick was looking for, but you wonder how much of that has to do with this being the first game in the year for them. 8-2, Salve leads 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. Gina Tortorici moves to Caitlin Gillespie. Carly Melanzak looking for space, nothing there, so she kicks back out to Grace Kelly at the point. Grace Kelly kicks out. Pilati charges. And swings it back out to the point. Sarah Woods holding. Now Gina Tortorici. Tortorici lobbing to the far side. Malinzak moves behind the net. Gillespie holds. Now starts her drive. Works her way to the middle. Spins away from contact. Shoots. Oh, and they call the offensive foul. Caitlin Gillespie was trying to find position, spin away from contact, and get a shot on net. Instead, they call an offensive foul. So it'll be Rick Ball with 4:22 to play in the first half. Casey Arons charging into the offensive end. They lob it to O'Neal. O'Neal driving strong to her right, shooting and saved by O'Reilly. O'Reilly lobs out for Gillespie. Gillespie moves to Moulton. Moulton being pressured, spinning away from contact. Courtney Moulton has her cross slapped at. And they call the defensive foul. Three and a half minutes to play. Moulton lobs to Malinzak on the far side. Malinzak passes to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods holding at the top of the arc. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the first half. Gina Tortorici holding. Lobbing middle. Looking for a shot. Shooting and she scores! Morgan McNulty scores with 3:07 to play in the first half, and it's 9-2 Salve. McNulty trots to the bench, being congratulated by her teammates. Draw control coming at midfield with 3:07 to play in the first half and a 9-2 Salve advantage. Players fighting for the ball, controlled by Rhode Island College, loose on the ground and picked up by Gina Tortorici, who lobs ahead for Grace Kelly. Kelly lobs for Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods shut off, so she moves to the corner. Donnellan with it. Spinning and backing back out is Moulton. Kicks out to the corner. Trying to lob back for Moulton. She does finally control it. Loses it. Loose on the ground. Sarah Woods trying to fight for it, and it's taken by Rhode Island College. Lobbed up ahead for Ashley Alardi. Alardi sprinting down the right side. Crosses over, loses the ball momentarily. Gets it right back. Alardi lobs in. Ritchie looking for her shot. Works her way behind the net. Ritchie lobbing in front, shooting and scoring! Ritchie to Landon, and it's 9-3. Still a 6-point lead for Salve. 1:54 to play in the first half. It's the second time Jessica Ritchie has found Daniel Landon cutting towards the net in this game. Two players that are both juniors have played with one another for 3 years now. You can bet Rick is going to lean on that kind of continuity and chemistry to get them through these early games. Jacqueline Pilati comes out of the pack on the draw control with the ball, and she lobs on up ahead. Abigail Tepper taking up position in the offensive end, kicks back out. Melanzak moves behind the net. Moulton charging, strong to her right, tries to just shovel it down low. Deflected and taken by Rick, but it's still being fought for, loose on the ground. Now the anchor women will move into the attack. 1:15 to play in the first half. Lauren Marisano weaving her way into the offensive end. Harmony Tillison, rather, weaving her way. Still weaving her way. Shooting, and she scores! That was all Harmony Tillison. She took the ball from the opposing 30-yard line and just ran with it on her own all the way into the offensive end, and she scores. And it's 9-4 with 1:03 to play in the first half. Draw control coming at midfield. Ball knocked high in the air. Sarah Woods fighting for it. Ball loose on the ground. And Woods comes out of the pack with it. Triple teamed and she gets fouled. So it's 9-4 Salve with 54 seconds to play. Seahawks in possession. Woods lobs to Tortorici. Tortorici moves into the offensive end, loses the ball, loose on the ground, fighting for it, trying to keep it in bounds, and Tortorici commits the turnover. 44 seconds to play now. Lob on up ahead for Ashley Apple. Apple into the offensive end, kicks back out to Ritchie. Ritchie trying to find Landon again, cutting towards the net. Ball loose on the ground, picked up, and Ritchie scores! Ritchie lobbed it in for Landon. It was broken up and loose on the ground. Landon just shoveled it to Ritchie. And it's a 4-point game, 9-5 with 15 seconds to play. So that time Daniel Landon finds Jessica Ritchie, returns the favor. And it's a 4-point game with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Rhode Island College definitely finding their legs now. Draw control coming at midfield. Not the close to the half that Salve Regina was looking for. Daniel Landon takes control of the draw control. Gets bumped at midfield by Sarah Woods. And they say Rick ball with 10 seconds to play. Landon lobs for Ritchie. Ritchie spinning away. Ritchie into the offensive end, trying to shoot, saved by O'Reilly. And O'Reilly will just hold it. Let time expire in the first half, so we hit the break. The score at 9-5. Salve Regina leads, but a late surge by Rhode Island College gets them back in this game. 9-5 is the score at halftime. So Salve led 9-2 in the later stages of the first half, but Rhode Island College finding their legs, and it's a 4-point game, 9-5, as we start the second half. Draw control loose on the ground. Abigail Tepper fighting for it, and she comes out of the pack with it. Throws back. Now Gina Tortorici will take it and lob to Grace Kelly. The Seahawks work on their first offensive possession of the second half. Kelly spinning to the middle, shooting, and she scores! Grace Kelly scores right off the bat, and it's 10-5. "26 seconds into the second half, and the Seahawks are back on the board. Unassisted goal for Grace Kelly. And I don't think you could start a second half much better than that. Score on your first offensive possession, 26 seconds in. Jacqueline Pilati will be on draw control for the Seahawks. Ball loose on the ground, and Ashley Alardi takes it, but taken away by Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods charging into the offensive end, shooting, and she scores! Sarah Woods, anything you can do, I can do better. She scores in 19 seconds. And it's 11-5. So unassisted goal for Sarah Woods. So not even a minute gone here in the second half, and Seahawks have posted 2 goals. And Pilati once again on draw control at midfield. Ball knocked forward. So we're going to redraw. So Pilati on the redraw with 29 minutes to play in the first half. Lob up ahead for Ritchie. Ritchie just too far. And Ritchie slaps and takes it away from Josephine O'Reilly. Ritchie tries to lob it back towards the middle. It's going to trickle out of bounds. They give the Seahawks the ball. So Rick likes to try those long lob lead passes. Just over the head of Ritchie, it trickled in on O'Reilly. She took it, and then Ritchie did a good job to slap down Lacrosse and take the steal. They can't make anything of it. Abigail Tepper charging into the offensive end. Lobs to Melanzak. Melanzak trying to find her shot, and it's blocked away and taken. Back behind the net. Carbone is behind the net. No one is in goal right now for Rick, and Carbone now gets back into her crease. Melanzak fighting for position behind the net. Melanzak to Tortorici. Tortorici being pressured by Alardi. Lobbing for Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly in the middle looking for a shot. She shoots and she scores! Grace Kelly once again, and it's 12-5. Seahawks coming out on fire. 3 straight goals in 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Draw control at midfield between Jacqueline Pilati. And it's taken by Alardi, but Alardi can't control it. Tortorici fighting her for it. And Erin Gerard comes out of the pack with the ball. Ball still in the field of play. Sarah Stone pushing down Courtney Moulton. So it'll be Seahawk ball at the 30-yard line. Moulton works her way in and now takes up position behind the net. Comes to Abigail Tepper. Tepper driving strong to the middle, looking for a shot, and she scores right over Taryn Carbone, and it's 13-5. Won't be surprised if Rick calls a timeout or if they let this keep going. .26:55 to play in the second half, and the Seahawks up by 8, 13-5. Draw control coming at midfield. Players still fighting for the ball, and Harmony Tillison comes out of the pack with it. Tillison weaving her way into the middle, looking for a shot, cradling, shooting in front, and taken by O'Reilly. Flag is out, though, from the referee, so Harmony Tillison will get a free position shot here. Free position here for Harmony Tillison. Tillison looking, shooting, saved, blocked away by O'Reilly. Rick trying to feed it in front, has it slapped at. Taken away. Seahawks in possession, but they throw away the outlet pass. And it'll be taken on the far side of the field by Ashley Apple. And then Apple turns it over. Sarah Woods has the ball and gets fouled. Tortorici lobs up ahead for Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly controls at the 40-yard line, moves to Abigail Tepper. Tepper to Melanzak. Melanzak cradles, looking for a shot. Must have lost control of the ball. Landon trying to lob up ahead for Ritchie. Too far. And Amanda Lakett goes back to get it. And Ritchie takes it away. Ball loose on the ground, and Ritchie takes it away. Ritchie driving to her right, crossing over to the middle. She loses it. It gets deflected in. I believe there'll be no goal but a free position shot for Jessica Ritchie, if I'm right. So the ball trickled in, but before that ball, there must have been a penalty. So Jessica Ritchie takes up free position with 25:10 to play in the second half. Ritchie shoots, and a save by O'Reilly. That was a scored shot from Jessica Ritchie, but Josephine O'Reilly all over it. Seahawks leading 13-5. Shot comes to the middle, and Daniel Landon scores. So a spectacular save by Josephine O'Reilly, but Rick gets a shot on goal anyways, and it's 13-6. Jesselyn O'Neill gets credited with the assist on that goal. Draw control coming at midfield. 13-6. Salve Regina leads with 24:48 to play in the second half. Sarah Woods takes control of the draw control and moves on ahead for Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly lobbing for Gina Tortorici. Goes over her head. Trickling towards the out-of-bounds line. Tortorici can't save it, so that'll be a turnover on the Seahawks. Betsy Heidel spinning away from contact. Lobbing for Landon. Danielle Landon spins away from two players. They call a bump foul on Kayla Sheehan. Landon moves to the point to Tillison. Tillison, charging middle, has the ball knocked away. It's loose on the ground. Scooped up by Donnellan, back behind the net. Donnellan lobs out for Sheehan. Sheehan being pressured, trying to lob it out, but it's taken by Alardi. Alardi's entry pass knocked away out of bounds by Gina Tortorici. So Alardi with it for the Anchorman. 23:25 to play in the second half. Salve leading 13-6. Whistle away from the ball. And Ashley Apple now is granted free position. Apple works her way to the middle, doesn't take a shot, instead moves out behind the net. O'Reilly breaks up a centering pass and then takes it, clears out to Grace Kelly. Kelly avoiding contact, charging down the right side of the field at the 15. Lobs back out for Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods works her way to the middle. Feels contact, gets bumped, and draws a foul. So now Sarah Woods takes up free position. 22:46 to play in the second half. Salve leading 13-6. Woods shoots and a save by Carbone. Seahawks still in possession, though. Melanzak lobs back out to the point. Ball moved behind the net. Moulton with it there. Spinning, shooting, and she scores! Courtney Moulton scores down low, and it's 14-6. (22:19 to play in the second half. Salve leading 14-6. Draw control to come at midfield. Courtney Moulton with her second goal of this game. Jacqueline Pilati takes the ball from the draw control. Backs away from contact. Comes to Mary Ashley Donlin. Donlin lobs for Gina Tortorici. Tortorici trying to find Sarah Woods. Ball loose on the ground. Grace Kelly fighting for it. Sarah Woods fighting for the ball, but it's taken away by Tillison. Rick working into the offensive end. Lobbing to Richie. Richie will jog in behind the net. Now trying to circle her way into the front, double teamed. She backs out behind the net. Richie lobs to the far corner. Spinning and getting bumped. Offensive foul. So Lauren Massino gets called for the charge, and Grace Kelly ball lobbed up ahead for Tepper, loose on the ground, taken away by Rick. Heidel trying to lob middle for Kahn. It's taken away. Kayla Sheehan with it. Pilati lobbing for Tortorici. Rick changing up their pressure. Lob up front for Abigail Tepper. Tepper feeds in front, looking for a shot. Moulton again trying to shoot it to the far post. It goes wide and trickles out of bounds. Moulton was falling down trying to hit the far post. Still Salve ball though. Carly Melanzak. Moves to Sarah Woods. Woods trying to drive strong to her right. Draws a double team so they kick it back out. Driving strong, shooting, and she scores! So Erin Gerard scores her first goal of the game, and it's a 9-point game now, 15-6. That goal coming with 19:54 to play in the second half. Salve now with their largest lead, up by 9, 15-6. Jacqueline Pilati on the draw control for the Seahawks at midfield. Ball loose on the ground, a scrum forms. Still no one in clear possession. Alardi comes out of the pack with it. We have a whistle and a stoppage of play. And they give the ball to Salve. Sarah Woods holding now. Woods lobs on ahead for Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly sprinting into the offensive end. Finds Abigail Tepper. Tepper cradling, works her way to the middle, shoots, and she scores! Abigail Tepper makes this a 10-point game, 16-6, with 19:24 to play. So Salve now with the double-digit lead, 16-6. Grace Kelly with the assist on that Tepper goal. Salve 4 goals away now from their season high. That season high coming in a 20-12 win over UMass Dartmouth. O'Neal trying to find Richie in front. Ball comes to the middle and Sarah Woods takes it away. Woods gets bumped and fouled. Seahawks still in possession. Clock running with 18:07 to play in the second half. Salve up by 10, 16-6. Woods lobs for Grace Kelly. Abigail Tepper Sprinting, calling out to Carly Melanzak. Melanzak cradling, shooting, and she scores! Carly Melanzak getting in on the scoring action, and it's 17-6 now. Not even halfway through this period yet, and it's 17-6. Draw control at midfield, taken and won by Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods gets bumped. Woods dumps out to Gerard. Gerard finds Abigail Tepper. Tepper lobs to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici finds Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly in the middle. Shot saved by Carbone. Carbone finds Alardi. Grace Kelly slaps at the cross and knocks it out, but gets called for a foul. Alardi lobs for Landon. Landon and Ritchie sprinting alone into the offensive end. Landon strong down the middle, shooting, and she scores! Daniel Landon, unassisted, makes it 17-7 with 16 minutes to play in the second half. So as long as Salve holds a double-digit lead, the clock will continue to roll. Advantage is 10 right now, 17-7, 15 minutes and 24 seconds, and counting to play in the second half. Draw control coming at midfield. Pilati fighting for it, still fighting for it. It's loose on the ground. Now slapped back up in the air. Foul is called, and they give possession to Salve Regina. Abigail Tepper lobbing into the middle to Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods shoots just wide. Taken by Carly Melanzak. Tepper lobs back out to Sarah Woods. Woods works her way to the right, spins back to the left, loses the ball. Fighting for it, loose on the ground. Woods controls, gets bumped. Draws the foul on Sam Nolte. Sarah Woods moves to Abigail Tepper. Caitlin Gillespie holding behind the net. Trying to start her drive, working her way to the right, trying to muscle her way in, and gets called for the offensive foul. Not exactly sure what the signals are here from the referees, but 13 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the second half. And we're going to have a jump ball between Catherine Mealy and Jalen O'Neill. O'Neill wins the jump ball. She'll lob up ahead for Landon. Landon loses the ball. They call a foul. Looked like Landon had just dropped the ball. Sarah Woods was going to pick that one up on the fly. Instead, they call a foul. Daniel Landon trying to lob to the far side of the field. Ball loose on the ground. Scooting almost out of bounds, and it does go out of bounds, and they say Seahawk ball. Grace Kelly spinning away from contact, draws a foul. So Seahawks lead by 10, 17-7, with 12:48 to play in the second half. Pilati lobs in for Mealy. Mealy moves to the left corner. Abigail Tepper finds Jacqueline Pilati, who gets bumped and knocked to the ground. Now Jacqueline Pilati takes up free position. 12:22 rather to play in the second half. Pilati shoots and she scores! Jacqueline Pilati makes it 18-7 with 12:14 to play. Seahawks scoring inside and out here in the second half. So Taylor Robertson checking into the game for Kayla Sheehan. Coach Foster putting in some of the reserves here. 11-point game with 11:36 to play in the second half. Kimberly Provax also coming over to the scorers table. Draw control at midfield taken by Daniel Landon. Landon trying to lob it into the middle. Ball loose on the ground. Players fighting for it, and Landon comes away with it. Landon finds O'Neal. O'Neal crossing over, trying to work away to the middle. Kicks back out. Landon back to O'Neal. Rick working the ball behind the net. Trying to lob it for Richie. Richie trying to swat it into the net. It's still loose in front. Josephine O'Reilly can't find it, but it trickles behind the net. O'Neal with it now. O'Neal spinning away, trying to work her way to the middle. Shot scores! Jocelyn O'Neal scores again, and it's back to a 10-point game. Still double digits, 18-8. 10-10 to play in the second half. Draw control coming at midfield. It's another cold and windy day here at Gaudette Field. It is sunny, though. So I guess we can count our blessings. Seahawks have already played, and I think they've had different elements for every single game this year. They've had to deal with rain. They've had to deal with the cold, high winds, the occasional sunshine. Everyone awaiting the arrival of actual spring. Gerard lobs on up ahead for Gillespie. Gillespie takes it the 40-yard line and will sprint into the offensive end. Gillespie taking it in all on herself. She shoots just wide. It scoots out of bounds. They rule Rick ball. 8:50 to play here in the second half. Salve leading by 10, 18-8. Catherine Mealy swiping at the cross, gets called for a foul. O'Neal, lob pass, too high, but still in possession of Rhode Island College. Apple moves behind the net. Trying to find Ritchie. Instead, it scoots out on the perimeter. It'll be taken there. Rhode Island College still in possession with 8 minutes to play. Trailing by 10. Seahawks lead 18-8.
How many goals does Apple have? If she has two, you could say Apple gets a pair.
Sophie Cano cradles, takes a position on the right wing, moves behind the net, sprinting in front and shooting underhand and scores. Harmony Tillison with the fancy move. And now that we're under double digits, the clock will stop. 7:31 to go in the second half. 18-9. Draw control coming at midfield with 7:31 to play in the second half. Salve leading 18-9. Players fighting for possession of the ball. Finally taken by Jacqueline Pilati. Pilati lobs on up ahead for Kimberly Provax in the game for the first time. Lobbed on up ahead for Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods charging into the offensive end, shoots just wide of the net, and it scoots out of bounds. Catherine Mealy with the ball. Holding on the near left side. Moves to Mary Ashley Donnellan. Donnellan finds Gina Tortorici. Tortorici. Back to the point. Sarah Woods holding there. Woods return to Catherine Mealy. Mealy can't control it, but she gains possession at the 15-yard line. Trying to lob back to Gillespie, and we have a whistle away from the ball. So a whistle away from the ball gives Sarah Woods free position with 6:18 to play. False start called here. So 6:16 to play in a 9-point game. 18-9. Sarah Woods with free position here. Works away to the middle. Shoots, trying to bounce it in. It goes wide. Out of bounds. Still Seahawk ball. Samantha Smithwick with it. Smith with wicket.
Easy for you to say.
Turnover on the Seahawks, and Sophie Cano has her outlet pass deflected. Gina Tortorici trying to take it, but taken away by Sam Nolte. Nolte back to Cano. Sarah Woods swipes at the cross and gets called for a foul. 5:27 to play. Seahawks leading by 9. O'Neal controls on the near sideline. Now jogs into the offensive end. O'Neal to her right. Trying to feed middle, and that's deflected by Donnellan. Salve Regina finds Gina Tortorici. Tortorici up ahead to Moulton. Smithwick gets bumped at the 30-yard line, loses the ball, and commits a turnover. Tillison trying to find Landon. Ball still loose on the ground. Players fighting for it. Smithwick comes away with it. She'll work her way, jogging slowly into the offensive end. Salve may be content just to try and run clock here with 4:27 to play in the second half, up by 9, 18-9. Sarah Woods to Morgan McNulty. Back to Gina Tortorici. Tortorici lobs for Gerard. Catherine Mealy now works her way to the right side and will back out. Kimberly Provax with the ball. Nope. Caitlin Gillespie finds Catherine Mealy. Finds Sarah Woods. Sarah Woods charging in the middle. Shot knocked off of Carbone. Loose on the ground and scooped back up by the Seahawks. Sarah Woods has it in the near corner and draws a foul. 3:23 and rolling to go here in the second half. Seahawks up by 9, 18-9. Seahawks working the perimeter game. Now Tortorici spins to the middle. Shot. Saved by Carbone. .246 to play in the second half. Salve foul on the far side of the field. It's still a Rick ball. 18-9 the score. Lead pass for Apple. Players fighting near the far sideline. The ball trickles out of bounds, and it'll be Seahawk ball with 2:23 to play in the second half. Salve leading by 9. Long lead pass trying to find Caitlin Gillespie all alone. Trickles out of bounds. It'll be Rhode Island College ball with 1:56 to play. So Salve will reach 500. They'll improve to 3-3 after today's performance. They had a very fast start to the first half. Consistent play during the first half, and then Rhode Island College made a little push, made this a 9-5 game at the half. But they were never closer than that afterwards. Salve coming out on fire to start the second half. They've led by double digits for most of the past 15 minutes. They lead by 9 here. 1:09 to play in a 9-point game. Anna Medeiros takes a cross to the face. And they'll stop play. And Sarah Woods is going to have to finish this game at the scores table. 60 seconds to play. Seahawks leading by 9, 18-9. O'Neal gets bumped on the right side. 48 seconds to play. And a free position shot here coming for Jesselyn O'Neal to try and pad the stats. This game well in hand. Seahawks leading by 9 with 48 seconds to play. O'Neal works her way in, shoots just wide. Goes out of bounds. Still Rhode Island College ball, 45 seconds to play. Seahawks break up the inbounds pass. Lob out towards midfield. Cassie Aarons moves in. Lobs for Landon. Landon catches, spins, and shoots. Daniel Landon scores. Oh, they waved it off. Either way, that was a spectacular move by Daniel Landon. They say she was in the crease, so that's why there was no goal there. 15 seconds to play. Salve leading by 9, 18-9. They can just hold the ball and let the final seconds tick off the clock. Catherine Mealy will sprint into the corner. Has the ball slapped at and knocked out. Rhode Island College playing to the final second. They lob the balls loose on the ground near midfield, but it does not matter. Clock shows triple zeros, and this game is over. The Seahawks defeat Rhode Island College and improve to 3-3 on the season, handing Rhode Island College their first defeat in their first game of the season. The final score, 18-9. I'd like to thank our entire staff and production crew, and to you today for joining us and listening. Seahawks next take on Bridgewater State Thursday at 4:30 in Game 6 of this 7-game homestand. You can hear the entire call of that game right here on Ustream. Until then, I'm Andrew Pizzelli, and thank you for listening.